Hello and welcome to a Star Citizen September update. We've got loads of stuff to talk about. What is happening during the month? What have we got to look forward to? From things that might turn up like Pirate Week and various dynamic events like a Blockade Runner, Jump Town. We've got the F8 sort of golden tickets thing going on. There's absolutely tons and tons of stuff. We will jump into that in a moment. Every month, though, we have a ship giveaway. Last month's giveaway for August, the winner for that one was for a Mercury Star Runner, and it was Dr. or Dr. Dread Radius that won that. Congratulations. But for September's giveaway, we've got a bit of a special one. We are giving away 5 ships to 5 different winners, all with lifetime insurance and a game package. So all you need to play Star Citizen, basically, hopefully getting 5 new players or people that want some ships, the ability to play Star Citizen and fly around the verse. We've got a Nomad, an X1, a Sulen, a Mustang Alpha, and an Origin 100i. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning any of those is comment on any of my videos made during the month. All of those have been given to me by CIG for previous giveaways, for like mini events and things like that, which I had not realised I had not given away yet. So I'm giving them all away. Bear that sort of stuff in mind when it comes to my bias, although Cloud Imperium have said they are no strings attached, those ships that they give me for giveaways. I believe that transparency is always the best policy. So let's talk about Alpha 3.24. That's now released to live, but it had a load of problems. Server stability, loads of problems with spawning ships, and just a ton of stuff. CIG have been hotfixing that over the last few days as well. I'd expect more hotfixes and more improvements there. It was really, really good in the PTU. Obviously, some stuff was broken in sort of deployment. And I believe at the moment they're still having problems with like cargo missions not running properly, which they're fixing. So over this coming week, expect loads and loads and loads of fixes to that and it to be in a significantly better state. But over the September, you can expect things like the Blockade Runner dynamic event to be running at some point when it's sort of ready. That is basically a server-wide message of this station or these stations are under attack by the Ninetails. You go there, they go, the Ninetails have stolen a load of Zeta Prolonade, which we need, and they've blockaded these stations. If you can go out and reclaim that Zeta Prolonade from the cargo ships that the pirates have, and they're like over here and in some of these areas, you go to those areas, you disable the ships or otherwise board them, take their cargo, take that Zeta Prolonade, get it back to one of the stations which is blockaded, so you have to fight through enemies, and bam, get enough of that Zeta Prolonade back with a load of other people also doing it, and you will win that mission. Actually, pretty good fun, sort of taking some of the points from Xenothreat and the new cargo stuff in 3.24. Jump Town's on the PTU at the moment at time of recording, I believe still, potentially. So CIG always like to run Jump Town every so often, especially during things like Pirate Week, which we'll come to in a minute. Also throughout September, the F8 golden tickets are available, so basically drops on enemy bodies and in loot containers and that sort of stuff. They have a chance to have golden tickets in, very high chances as well. So I've seen loads of these already around the bunkers and stuff like that. And basically, if you take one of these tickets to a kiosk, a rental kiosk, you get the ability to rent the F8 for a couple of days to try it out. It's a really cool ship, and you also have the ability then to purchase it from the RSI website if you want to. I'm not sure if they're going to be running the Platinum ticket thing as well at some point. So Platinum tickets are basically server-wide events as well, where see who held a Platinum ticket, and so however you get one, you can see who's got it, and if they get it to a kiosk, then they get given permanently an F8, so it sort of appears on their account, I should say, rather than permanently. But everyone on the server is going to be after you because they want that ticket. The F8 did also win the ship showdown, and I really like it. It is my favourite kind of dogfighter, or that is a very heavy dogfighter. It's very cool. I just like it very much, at least on paper, and the way it looks. But we'll see how it gets balanced out in the future. Alpha 4.0. We are in the midst of its news cycle now, so we're going to be seeing loads of Inside Star Citizens and Star Citizen Lives. We will be covering all of that with summaries and expanded context as normal. We're going to be talking loads about Alpha 4.0 features and that patch as it expands, and like deep diving into individual features as well as doing overviews of the like big chunks of the features. Yeah, there's tons and tons and tons in that patch, and there's going to be a huge amount that you're probably unaware of in that patch as well. That they should do some patch watches and that sort of stuff. We do not know when 4.0 is coming out yet, other than CIG plan to have it out by the end of the year. I think it is highly likely that we will see tech preview testing of 4.0, potentially Evocati testing of things like server meshing and part of 4.0 this month. They're going to be looking at stability. They're going to be looking at fixing the worst bugs. But again, we don't have any real indication of this beyond they want to release 4.0 by the end of the year, and it just makes sense for them to do as much testing as much as they can. So yeah, it's going to be a very big month for Alpha 4.0, even if it is just them giving us a load of information from inside Star Citizen or whatever. But if they do have Evocati builds or tech preview builds, we should be able to talk about it as well, because they've softened NDAs on a lot of this stuff. So you might not necessarily be able to show stuff, or won't be able to show stuff, but we'll be able to talk about patch notes and that sort of jazz. It's also the run-up to CitizenCon now. Now, CitizenCon isn't actually until October 19th/20th, but we're going to be getting a mixture of teasers, and sort of until then, Cloud Imperium going, ooh, there's cool stuff coming. They also obscure some stuff for announcements and surprises, which is annoying. I really hate that. I want more, not less. I don't want to be starved, and then them go, it's a feast, but you have to starve yourself for a month. And I go, oh, well, I'd rather have, a feast and not starve myself. But yeah, Squadron 42, Homesteads, they're probably going to be two of the big hot topics, and Alpha 4.0, whatever state it's in. Zin and I will be attending that this year as well. I think we're going to be down from the 18th of October onwards, because there's like big bar citizens and that sort of stuff, and it's really good to be able to go and see people, hang out and absorb the atmosphere before CitizenCon, and then be able to get, like, because I'm going to be taking notes, I'm going to be running around asking devs questions, I'm going to be talking to people a lot during actual CitizenCon, so I get the socializing out the way as early as possible. But I hope to see other people there. It'd be great to say hello and get a drink or whatever. We will hopefully see a load of you there. The Intergalactic Aerospace Expo follows on the month after CitizenCon, so November. Little bit further out at the moment, but yeah, it's going to be a busy few months for Star Citizen now, and the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is typically the most busy time financially for CIG. They make a lot of money during the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo sales, and CitizenCon should help, as long as it was a good CitizenCon, help push that. And yeah, if they've got announcements like Squadron 42's hard release date, oh, absolutely fantastic. Something else that is probably coming this month, Pirate Week. So last year, they had a pirate ship sale, they ran Jumptown, they had special edition ship skins, there was a treasure hunt screenshot competition, they were actively pushing players to play Pirate Swarm and Marine Commander, because completing that got you access to buy the sort of Pirate Gladius and Pirate Caterpillar. This typically turns up around International Talk Like a Pirate Day, which is on the 19th of September, so around that weekish. You can probably expect them to do a Pirate Week. Could be a load of other stuff turning up here as well, and they might have like an Arena Commander mode or something like that, or at least a modified version of an Arena Commander mode. They've sort of got the ability to turn those things on and off pretty easily now. Hopefully with some of the roadmap updates that we'll get during the month, they'll be a bit more expansive and looking at adding more to the progress tracker, because last time they added a bit to the progress tracker, which they hadn't done in several months, but also looking at 4.0 and potentially 4.1 as well, which will sort of be a patch next year. We've got the monthly reports coming up real soon. Hopefully they'll turn up sort of this week. We'll sort of see. It might be the week after. It depends on a few different factors. So yeah, we'll be covering all the Star Citizen news with all the summaries and anything else that's new, and trying to package up a load of interesting information about 4.0, CitizenCon, and all that sort of jazz, as well as some deep dives into interesting features if we get some more information about them in the monthly reports. Some more personal updates. I've been settling into my new house over the last couple of months. It's in a significantly better state now. I had some work done to it. Yeah, so I'm going to be setting up my new camera in the next couple of weeks as well. I say new camera. I bought it over a year ago. I just didn't set it up in my old place. It should be significantly better for my live streaming and that sort of stuff. I do try and live stream on Mondays every week for at least an hour, sort of just to chat about Star Citizen and answer questions and all that sort of stuff about things that are going on, sort of much more of a engagement with the community thing than anything else. I have had computer issues for the last few weeks. I believe I tracked it down to being a riser cable that my GPU was on, but I've put it into a new case, and it's not using a riser cable anymore. I've tweaked some stuff on the CPU and all that sort of stuff, reseated everything. So hopefully we're going to be in a better situation for getting Star Citizen footage and recording and streaming and all that sort of jazz without the potential for crashes or corruption. I was doing really well on a diet, and then over the last few days I haven't been so well on the diet, but I've been enjoying the delicious foods. So I need to get sort of like a routine sorted out where I do a good amount of exercise and eat well in an appropriately well. Zin's currently ill. It's nothing like super serious or anything, so do not worry. It's just she's having a few days off, which I think is reasonable. I think you get run down from working with me for too long. But feel free to share your messages of get well soon, as I will also get well soon's in, because I need you in work. Podcasts aren't going to record themselves, eh? I've been playing a load of different board games as well recently. Last week, a load of mates came around, including Zin and one of my other mates, Kit, and their partners and all that sort of stuff. And we played loads of different board games and silly console games and stuff like that. So things like Mansions of Madness and Cthulhu Death May Die. Very much into my Cthulhian games. Also been playing some Journeys in Middle-earth, which is sort of like a adventure Lord of the Rings game. Very cool. And I'm sort of planning to run themed board game weekends where we will be looking at playing a certain selection of board games which I've learned how to play beforehand. That's the plan anyway. I've got so many board games in my collection, and I want to start running through them, especially the sort of campaign ones, and get people sort of used to coming down and staying here for a couple of days. But yes, that's it from me at the moment. I'm really excited by the stuff that's happening in September. Hopefully 3.24 will be in a really good state later this week, and we'll be getting loads of 4.0 information, and yeah, really excited for CitizenCon and anything else that CIG throw at us. But what are you looking forward to? Tell me in the comments below. I really want to know. If you've got any suggestions for videos, any features that you want me to talk about, or things you want us to deep dive into, chuck it in the comments below as well. I am very keen to see your feedback. What's in the box? That is what Pandora asked. She was told not to open that box, but she did. The internet is like Pandora's box, full of the chaos of the world. And Pandora basically opened an email attachment asking to help a millionaire prince move money around. Bam! It was Medusa all along. You've turned to stone. Foolish! You should know your Greek mythology. What's not foolish is nordvpn.com/boredgamer. NordVPN is potentially one of the greatest Greek mythological heroes. It helps protect you from the terrors of the internet, helping you be more secure and private, while also giving you great accessibility. You can use my links down below to get NordVPN cheap. September, we've got a giveaway. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and this month is no different. We're giving away 5 ships this month. Actually, that is a bit different. That's 4 more than normal. We're going to give each of them to a different winner. We've got a Nomad, an X1, a Sulen, a Mustang Alpha, and a 100i. They all come with access to the game and lifetime insurance. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning any of those is comment on any of my videos made during the month on YouTube. I want to say a massive thank you to all our patrons and channel members. Your support allows us to make daily content. You are the best, and you should consider joining them by clicking the join button under my videos. It goes a long way in helping us, as does commenting, sharing videos, liking, all of that jazz. You do not have to chuck money at us, but if you want to, I'm not going to stop you. Thanks for watching, and have a great September.